My name is Kelvin. Kelvin the artist. Kelvin Chukwudi Obani. Those are my names. Welcome to my world. Welcome to my creative industry. I see myself as a unique artist because as you can see behind me, everything that I've got is actually unique. Everything that I've got behind me is has its own distinct representation. Let me introduce myself as a multi-talented artist. I am extensively creative as an artist because I can confidently tell you that I'm extensively creative because even me as an artist, sometimes I see myself doing some things that wow other artists. That is exceptionally different from what other artists do. Alright, so from my coffee tables, I make coffee tables. For those who doesn't know what a coffee table is, this is a coffee table. As you can see, the legs are done with wrought iron. And these coffee tables are actually cut out, sliced out from stumps, 3 stumps. Like you see like in a common illustration, just like you see the slices of bread. This was sliced out from a huge stump of tree. That is why I tell you that I am exceptionally creative. I actually get a lot of inspiration from my environment. There is no other way I came about being an artist or having this without recognizing the fact that it came from nature. You know, God himself is an artist. So I was born with this. Creativity actually flows in my vein. So growing up as a kid, I was exposed to a lot of creativity. You know, I was exposed to a box of television or radio set and coupling it back. So I was very inquisitive about my environment. So right from a very tender age, I got so relative with, you know, things around my environment. So if you see in my works, you will see an infusion of wood, electronic parts, fabrics. You know, you see fashion sense in my art. Even in my own personal fashion sense came from nature. As a natural human being, I was born with it. So that is why I wouldn't call myself an inspired artist. I am a born artist. The difference between my art and other artists, one, the originality, the infusion of nature in my art. And I like to be distinct in everything that I do. My dad used to tell me that if you want to be discovered, if you want to be noticed, you have to stand out of the crowd. You don't need to go with the flow. I have had a lot of artists, most of my friends who are artists based in Lagos, in other places, and a lot of even my collectors who are all over the world. Sometimes because of the hardship that I face, because of the inadequacy in a lot of things that I face as an artist, the struggle, they advise me to go with the trend. Imagine coming to see something like this for the first time and you want to draw it. All right? You will not draw it exactly. You actually make a caricature of it. So a lot of artists these days are beginning to do figurative paintings. But my art is distinct because I flow with the inspiration. I could be sleeping and I wake up in the middle of the night, something hits me. So what do? I pick up my pencil and my paper, I sketch it down. So at sunrise, I get straight into my studio and begin to produce. I might just be walking the street and I see a piece of wood lying down that has been eaten up by termite. That part of it has been eaten up by termite. I pick it up because instantly I begin to see something on that wood. So, I mean, that is why, and in my paintings, when I paint, I allow my blood, to flow into my head and from my head into my hands. So sometimes I don't have what people call references, pictures that I draw from. Even sometimes when I have pictures that I draw from, I actually try to do it my own way. Because one of my lecturers in school told me that don't be scared as an artist, just be liberal, be wide with your sketch and be extravagant, with your carvings and all that. So it has always been in my head. That is why I have a distinct art from other artists. Okay, yeah, I've been involved in a couple of exhibitions, right? Starting from when I was a student in my second year, I was included to follow the final year students as was then to exhibit. I exhibited in the University of Nigeria in Nsukka, though it was one of our sabbatical lecturers who comes from Nsukka that took my paintings and included in the exhibition. Then in my final year, of course, and I think in my final year, what they exhibited mostly was my textile design. I am all-round artist. Okay, one of the difficulties that artists face in the creative industry in Abuja here, one is a space. Artists have been denied that opportunity like every other sector. But before now, art and artists were given a major space to play their part, improving the economy and contributing to nation building. So now we are facing the challenges of environment, the comfortable environment for us to practice, and also, of course, everybody knows that in general, in every other places, what the artist passes through, the difficulties is that access to adequate art materials, supplies, access to funds, support funds. So the way people treat my art when they buy it gives me the courage to continue despite the difficulties. My encouragement to young artists have been able to produce about 2 famous artists in Lagos right now. When I was at the Art and Craft Village, and one good thing about me is I never charged any apprentice all through my course of training. My art should be able to keep you standing still for at least 5 seconds before you even realize that you're standing just in front of a monument. And that is the dream.
In the heart of Africa, where stories unfold, art speaks its truths, both young and old. Kelvin, Abuja's gifted hand, dreams of a future where art leads the land. From ancient cave paintings to modern-day hues, African art captures the world's diverse views, from vibrant marks to intricate sculptures. Kelvin tells the story of the rich African culture through art, and he looks forward to a future where visual artists like himself becomes brand ambassadors on the global stage.